Hey, what's up guys? Sloth King here. Today, I'm going to be working on the freeze plugs on the 7M. So, I'm going to start off with this front one. It's kind of weird. I want to replace it since I'm already down at the block, and I'm going to replacing these ones. I mean, I figured that, I believe they're like 30 years old, so might as well replace them while I'm here. So yeah, that's going to be a quick one to do today, so yeah, there's really not much to it. It's just whack them out, clean up the surface, put some sealant on it, and then just whack them back in. And it's pretty easy. I think the only one that might give me a little trouble is this front one, which is the circle one. And then, oh wait, no, this rear one should be fine too. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, so what you're gonna need to get this out, you can use a pry bar and just whack in the middle, or you can use a screwdriver that you don't care about. So I'm gonna try the screwdriver first, just to puncture a hole through it. I'm just gonna cover up the crank so zero metal shavings get on that. In there, I'm just gonna try to pry this thing out. Woo! There we go. That's disgusting. Oh my god, look at all that crap. I don't know if this freeze plug would have done its job. That thing was just jammed in there. And as you guys saw, I used a magnet to keep any of the metal shavings from falling down. Ideally, you want to do this without the crank in there. So I'm going to stick my little magnet in there and just pick up any metal shavings that might have fallen through. There's a little bit on there. There's also some rust. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna cover up this crank like I was before. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape all this stuff out. So how this front freeze plug works is a little lip here, and then you just seal the freeze plug with some RTV, and that's how it just sits in there. Spray it down one more time with brake cleaner. So all I'm gonna use is, since I have this, it's Toyota's FIPG. So I'm gonna go around this. in a set. I bought the D&J ones. This is the only circular one. So see how it's not perfectly flat? It's gonna sit in there. And then I'm going to take probably just one of these extensions, lay it on there, and hammer it until it's a little bit concaved. I'm gonna put a little brake cleaner on this and then just wipe around it, so that way if there's any oil on here, so just go ahead and lay it in there. And the reason why it's concaved is because whenever you hammer it, it will lay flat and it'll expand in there, and that's what will make the seal. So right in the center, and I'm just gonna hammer it. I saw some of it ooze out over here, which is good. I'm just gonna tap it up here a little bit, and that should be good. And last thing I'm going to do, just to ensure that it has a good seal, I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of RTV around it and then just wipe it with my finger, just in case. We don't need a lot, just a little bit, because I'm gonna spread it. Wow, that looks terrible. And I'm just gonna clean up that center area. Looks good. All right, I'm gonna turn the engine sideways, and we're gonna hit these ones on the side. Okay guys, I got the engine sideways a little bit. So these ones should be easier to take out. All you're gonna do, I have this pry bar with a little punch on it. You can use a screwdriver as well. So I'm just gonna hit this until it starts to turn sideways. I'm gonna go through all of them doing that. So let's see how this goes. As you can see, it's starting to twist in a little bit, which is great. Maybe hit it from here too. Yep, there's that. So just take your pliers, and then it should just like turn sideways. Like that. Whoop. Oopsie. Since these are steel, you can probably just grab the steel magnet, move it up, turn it sideways, then grab your small pliers, just kind of wedge it like that. There we go. That was easy, said nobody. I'm gonna do that for the rest of the plugs. So I guess the screwdriver, I guess it works a lot better than the other thing. The surface with the Scotch-Brite. All right, with these all cleaned up, I'm gonna start with I'm gonna put the bigger ones in first. Just gonna put some sealant around the edge. There we go. Going to drop that in here. See how well this works. There we go. So ideally you want to use, I forget what it's called. I think it's a bearing installer where it just sits on the lip, but this will work just fine too. And as you can see, some of the sealant seeped through, and then I'm just gonna drag my finger around it. Now this just barely fit the inside. It was just a little bit small, but it didn't concave anything, which is nice. So let's carry on and do the rest of them. Perfect. Got all that done. Now I just need to do the back. Okay guys, I got this out. It was kind of a pain, but one way was since there's this water jacket here, I put my screwdriver through there and I started like bending. Well, what I did, I bent the sides in to kind of like mushroom it in, and I put a just put a flathead through there, kind of like pushed on it. It didn't touch the head at all, the deck of the block at all. I was just hitting it so that it could keep some pressure on the back of it. Then I just kept like bending it with some needle nose pliers. And then I got it to the point where I could put a mini pry bar in there, and I just kept prying it. And then I could fit these pliers in there. I clamped it down and I just bent it, then I twisted it, and then it popped out. It took me about 10-15 minutes. Time to clean the surface and then install the new one, and then we'll call it. Guys, all done. All right guys, I got all the freeze plugs in except for one. As you can see, look pretty good. It's a shame that the first one I sunk in a little too far, so that's why I had to take it out, and in the process I mangled it, so that really sucks. But I'm gonna see if the auto parts store up the street has a 30mm freeze plug. If they do, I'll pick it up, pop it in, and then all the freeze plugs are going to be brand new. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt. I was expecting it to, like, some of them to be a little tough, but when you get one that's stuck, you try not to like mangle any surfaces. It was a little annoying. Well, if this video helped you out, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe to see more videos like these, and check out my shorts that I make. And yeah, you guys have a great night.